Good day and welcome to the iGaming channel. Today we're looking at paid traffic and ads for iGaming affiliates. I'm building this off the back of 20 plus years as a media buyer and iGaming media agency owner. So plenty of experience in this field. Initially, the first thing to bear in mind is it's very high risk buying ads. You know, if you could just go and buy ads and double your money every time, everybody would be doing it. Plus, you've got to bear in mind there's tens of thousands of iGaming affiliates globally, all competing for the same space. So it is very competitive, but I'll certainly try and cover what works, what doesn't, and how to stay compliant whilst scaling your traffic fast. So I guess the first question is, why consider paid ads? Well, SEO and organic traffic are great, but it takes time, and paid ads essentially gives you a shortcut. With the right offer and setup, you can drive player signups in hours and days, rather than waiting for months, like you generally have to do if you're building an SEO site or a social channel in social media. Really, the benefits are instant visibility, laser targeted audience. There's over 50 different ways that you can target ads these days. The campaigns are very scalable, so you can start off with a small amount, and if you make money, you can scale that up. Also, that can become a regular source of traffic, a regular source of profit for you. And it's great for promotions, events, or if you're targeting new geos, and also if you want to A/B test something, ad platforms are a great way of doing that. But gambling's a restricted niche, so you can't just push a post and hope for the best. So let's cover some of the challenges. The first kind of real challenge is the lack of limited platforms. There's a small amount of platforms that are highly popular, for instance, Google, Facebook, TikTok, Microsoft. They do allow gambling ads, but with strict rules. And you've got to bear in mind these are competitive bidding platforms. So you've got the big sportsbooks and big affiliates with their well-converted websites, and they might have a lot bigger budgets than you do, and they might be happy to wait 6, 12, 18 months before they get their money back, whereas as an affiliate you're looking for a lot quicker return. So some of the common roadblocks are account bans if you violate ad policies. It's important that you check the gambling ad policy on each platform, and make sure you don't break the rules, because once you're banned, you're banned. And sometimes that means just banning you personally, sometimes it means banning your company, sometimes it means just banning your credit card. But try not to get banned, because once you're banned, sometimes it's irreversible. You need gambling certifications and licenses to advertise, certainly on the big more well-known platform. So make sure that you follow their process, because for example, to run Google ads in the UK, you've got to apply for a gambling certificate via Google ads. And if you're an affiliate, all of your sites, all of the brands on your site need to be licensed and approved by the UK Gambling Commission. So make sure, if you're doing the white hat PPC, should we say, on the big platforms like Google, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, make sure that you adhere to their regulations in terms of the advertising and what you've got on your site. For instance, you've got to have 18 plus and gamble aware links and such like. So make sure that you bear in mind the compliance issues before you start off on any of these platforms, because most of them have an application process, and if you try to shortcut that, you just get banned, and sometimes that's irreversible, which can be very expensive. So I guess the next question is where to run paid traffic and advertising campaigns. So I'll just go through some of the main ones. Initially, Google Ads, big old network. They've got search and display. It's great for high intent keywords like UK online casino or best online casino bonus, best NFL odds, those type of words. It does, of course, require certification. So you've got to apply to Google before you can run gambling ads. Don't bother running gambling ads without that application. They might last for a day or two, but eventually they'll get kicked off. Then you'll get kicked off. It might result in your company being banned. So try and make sure your landing pages are really good quality. Try and have keywords that match the keyword that you're targeting, because that'll help your click-through rates, and that'll help lower your cost per click costs. And make sure you have lots of direct calls to action on any landing page that you send Google traffic to, because it's very competitive and quite expensive. So just tread carefully with Google. It's quite easy to lose a lot of money on there if you don't know what you're doing. And the one thing I'd advise with Google is try and ignore as much as their advice, crudely speaking, because they'll say, oh, just do this, aiming to be helpful. And actually, most of the time when Google's pretending to be helpful, it's pretending to be helpful to them. So they make you spend more money, and they don't care if you win or lose, crudely speaking, is my personal opinion, because there's hundreds of other affiliates and operators bidding for the same traffic. So they don't really care if you win or lose. They just want to sell their clicks at the highest price, is my experience. So second to Google, you've got Facebook and Instagram. Very good for lead gen and retargeting. It's even stricter than Google when it comes to licensing. You can also run lead gen ads for email lists and convert those via email. So you can use a data capture type mechanism and then follow that up with a CRM program. It is a popular way of converting Facebook and Instagram traffic. Native advertising works well. We use platforms like Outbrain, Taboola, those sort of big market leaders. That allows your creative headlines and very high volume of reach. Clickbait type headlines work really well, like this slot pays out more than Vegas, or this slot's on the pay, that type of thing, trying to remain within compliance. And you can of course use cloaking and funneling on these platforms to circumvent the regulations, but that's a whole different science. It's quite difficult. Another popular way of acquiring paid traffic is push notification ads. It's very low cost. It's usually mobile first, but you can geo-target. It's great for bonus offers and urgent campaigns. And you can also have, because of the sheer volume of clicks that you can get, it sometimes works really well. But one thing I'd recommend with push ads, because it's such high volume, is just checking your server's got the capacity to handle that. Because if you suddenly get 100,000 clicks an hour, you need the server capacity to be able to handle that. There are also iGaming specific ad networks out there. They already know the niche. They've got pre-approved audiences. They're good for direct offers and event-led campaigns in the sports betting world, but they are very competitive. So I have found those a little bit hit and miss in my personal experience over the years. The most important thing with PPC is to have landing pages that convert. They've got to be quick, responsive, lots of direct calls to action above the fold. Because you can't always send direct ads to the casino or sportsbook. Most of them, and you will need to check the terms and conditions, will have clauses that say you can't put out ads in my name and send that traffic directly to my site. For instance, Bet365, you can't just suddenly put out an ad on Google saying this is Bet365 and send the traffic directly to Bet365. That'll be a breach of their terms and conditions. Most of the bigger programs, they want to buy this traffic direct. They don't want you involved in it at all. So do check that, because with most programs, you'll have to send the traffic, any paid traffic, through your site before it goes to their site. So that's just something to bear in mind. Some of the key elements of high converting landing pages: an eye-catching headline. In the case of affiliate marketing, it's mostly going to be the bonus. So for instance, bet 20, get 50 free, deposit up to 1,000, get a 400% bonus, that type of thing. Comparison tables work particularly well. Top 10 tables work particularly well. Over in the UK on Google, it's mostly the affiliates that are bidding position one on competitive words like online casino, and the prevalent the common denominator there is it's always sent to a top 10 table. That's the best sort of converting type landing page for paid media traffic. You give the players a choice, a finite choice, lots of clear information so they can compare the bonuses and pick their one. And that works really well. Any trust signals that you can add, like payment methods, a verified badge, obviously being on HTTPS, any social proofing you can add. If, for instance, you're getting reviews or likes on social media or Google My Business reviews, that sort of social proofing always looks really well on the site. But ultimately, it comes down to a fast, direct call to action, like claim bonus, bet now, register now. That's the type of direct call to action buttons that make you money, that need to be prevalent and in view on your landing page at all times, and ultimately make sure you do lots of A/B testing, because you can have two different landing pages that look exactly the same. You think they'll perform exactly the same, but when you put it out there, you might find that one landing page converts 3 times better than the other, and ultimately you have to go with that one. As for tracking ROI and optimizing campaigns, if you're not tracking, you're not marketing, you're guessing. So you need to splice your campaigns into as many different segments as you possibly can, traditional marketing segmentation, and try and pull off as many tracking links from the affiliate system as you can. Try and make as many landing pages as you can. A/B test every different segment until eventually you find the sweet spot. And then that's where you double up and scale up and kill off the less successful campaigns. A few tools that we would recommend: Volume or Red Track for advanced campaign tracking. You can use UTM parameters for simple Google Analytics, and Google Tag Manager is another useful platform that you can use to help track and optimize. And you can also use postback tracking, which often will connect and synchronize with the ad platform that you're using, just to help you optimize. Because ultimately, if this ad network has got 10,000 different sources on it, you need to know which one's performing. And if you don't feed that information back to the ad network, you're kind of firing blind, in which case the ad network will probably start selling you the media from the websites that no one else wants to buy. So just bear that in mind. If you don't have postback tracking, if you don't have some sort of way of communicating with the ad platform what's converting for you, they have no idea what's converting for you. So you tend to get that remnant crappy inventory that isn't converting for anyone else, that no one wants. That's what you end up buying if you don't set up the tracking on a network. Just to cover some of the do's and don'ts for paid advertising in iGaming, do check the legal and advertising policies in each geo. With some platforms, like big ones like TikTok, Facebook, Google, they're ultra strict. There are other ad networks out there that don't care. So if you've got a grey license casino in Andorra or Curacao and you want traffic from all over, then there are networks that accommodate for that. We work with quite a few of them ourselves. Do also warm up content to educate users before pitching. So try and give them some information of value before trying to close the deal on your landing page. If that's just some basic details about the bonus, you've got to have something to help persuade the viewers and users, players, to sign up, and giving them something of value is always the best. Keep your creatives clean, clear, and compliant, and make sure you track everything. Paid advertising is always about A/B testing. A/B testing everything that you possibly can, and acting on that, and scaling back when it doesn't work, and scaling up where you make profit and it does work, and you find those sweet spots. Key things we don't recommend: running ads in banned geos, spammy landing pages with pop-ups or fake timers or malware. Don't ignore ad platform policies, because one ban can shut you down. One incorrectly written ad or one ad that you're sending to the wrong landing page or site by mistake can get you banned. So just be aware of that, and don't let any novices near your PPC campaigns, because they can often by mistake kill off a campaign or waste a load of money. The paid traffic can be the fastest way to grow your affiliate earnings, but only if you do it right. And we advise starting small, staying compliant, and scaling smartly based on A/B testing. So I hope you enjoyed our program on paid ads and and paid advertising for iGaming affiliates. If you would like further support or consultancy, I have my own iGaming media buying agency that specializes in paid advertising. I'll put all of the links there below in the description. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop those in the comments or contact us. And we've got lots more educational videos and strategy guides being released on the channel shortly. And also we have a link to our top 100 iGaming affiliate programs. If you're looking for some credible new affiliate programs to promote for your iGaming business, again, we'll pop those in the description below. Thanks again for your time. Thanks very much for watching.